Why do you want to be the face of a league when all the people that that cover our game and talk about our game on a day-to-day basis on everybody? That responsibility, it's just weird. It's weird energy.
Don't stop this BS right now. This dude, it's hypocritical. Not just because of how he came into the league, not just because of what he piggybacked off of. It's also because after he profited from it all, then you're complaining about it. You see, he didn't hate the game. He played the game. Now that you got yours, you're trying to get everybody else to hate the game.
Whoa. That's heavy. And I understand that I had my mic off earlier, y'all, but I'm back on. Few little technical difficulties. We're going to get into this video tonight. The video tonight is about the confrontation between Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James at the New York Knicks game. A lot of people are saying that LeBron was right and running up on Stephen A. Smith. He should stand up for his son. He should stand up for his family. Then you have another set of people that feel like Stephen A. Smith is just doing his job. His job is to talk about professional athletes, and Bronny James is a professional athlete. Yes, LeBron has spoke about, I've never heard them talk about the 52nd pick like that on First Take, but you have to take into consideration, LeBron, that your son is a 52nd pick because you told teams that if they pick you, if they pick Bronny, you would come there. So you forced the Lakers' hand because you've traded off all of their players. You forced the Lakers' hand to trade acquire Bronny James, sign Bronny James. And now you also came out and you said that Bronny was better than 50% of the players in the league. That was talking about some of the people that were on your team at that time. And now that he came out and he put up triple ones in the scoring column, you feel some type of way because people are talking about it. Let's get into one of these videos from Stephen A. Smith.
Let me just put to bed a couple of things that have been reported that are false. People was talking about LeBron called me out my name, or I saw somebody said he called me a bitch. Somebody said he called me a punk and all this. None of that is true. He was fiery. He approached me during the game and he said, "Stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son." I said, "What? Nah, man, straight up, man to man. Real talk. Stop effing with my son." And I saw how furious he was. And I said, "We can talk about it later." "Nah, F that. Stop effing with my son. That's my son. I said, "All right, dog. Fine." And he walked away. That's all he said.
Now, let me ask y'all, how do you think, what was Stephen A. Smith supposed to do in that situation anyway? LeBron, you got somebody 6'9", 260 pounds standing in front of you, on top of the fact that Stephen A. Smith just signed a 4-year or 5-year, $100 million contract. He's not about to get into no confrontation with LeBron James. And LeBron James is actually mad because Stephen A. Smith spoke the truth. What is he supposed to say? Is he not supposed to do his job? That's why they pay him the big bucks. It's obviously your son wasn't that, Bron, because now he's in the G League where he should have been in the first place. What he was doing, Stephen A. Smith was critiquing you as a father. He wasn't really critiquing Bronny as a player. He was critiquing you as a father, that you putting undue pressure on your son because you wanted to satisfy something that was one of your goals. Nobody's ever really put a mic in front of Bronny and asked him, is this something you really want to do? Is this something you really want to do? Y'all get in the comments, because I know if you got kids, a lot of y'all done ran up to the Little League, getting into it with the coach up there about your son or your daughter. So I know a lot of people can empathize with what LeBron is going through. But think about it. This is on a professional scale. They paying Bronny $4.2 million a year or something like that. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for somebody who's not even playing. But the fact is that it is LeBron James' son. Now, my thing is it heavily scrutinized because LeBron James is LeBron James and he's a black billionaire and he's made his? Probably so, because I think if it was Larry Bird's son, they wouldn't be doing as much. But that's the layout of the land. That's the league that you signed up to be the face of, Bron. That's what you signed up for.
LeBron James coming up to me, unexpectedly, I might add, to confront me about making sure that I mind what I say about his son. Can't repeat the words because they ain't suited for FCC airwaves. That's what he was doing. I thought long and hard about this over the last few hours because I had no intentions, Molly, of talking about this at all.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because it was a one-on-one, I wouldn't say a conversation, but it was a one-on-one confrontation. But then I wake up and everybody from ESPN and my agent and everybody else were sending me that this thing had gone viral. And so ultimately it was unavoidable, and that is why I have to discuss it now. That wasn't a basketball player confronting me. That was a parent. That was a father. And I can't sit here and be angry or feel slighted by LeBron James in any way in that regard. By all accounts, he's obviously a wonderful family man and a wonderful father who cares very, very deeply about his son. And based on some of the comments that he had heard, or shall I say, I think he thought he heard, he clearly took exception to some of the things that he heard me say, and he confronted me about it. For the record, his agent.
Has Stephen A. really said anything that was wrong there? I mean, to me, LeBron just seems super, super superficial. He seems super, super weak, super, super plastic, super, super fake. Everything got to go his way. Everything got to line up for LeBron James. You can't go against LeBron James. If you go against LeBron James, you get traded. I mean, LeBron James really don't want nobody to say nothing about him. Really, he don't. He calling college coaches when they talking about Bronny. And Bronny ain't even in college no more. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to this clip, y'all. It's a lot.
I don't know. Why do you want to be the face of a league when all the people?
LeBron. I don't have the greatest relationship with LeBron James. I don't give a damn about not having the greatest relationship with LeBron James. But I know he's great. I know he's a great father, a great family man, a great basketball ambassador, a great role model. I want him to get an ownership stake in the new Las Vegas franchise if the NBA decides to do an expansion franchise. I want all of that. You think I enjoy having to say, yo, bro, you were scared to shoot in the fourth quarter in that final series against Dallas? I don't enjoy it. We talk basketball, which was what used to piss me off about LeBron. The second you give him major props for what he accomplished, he soak it all in. The second you criticize him, well, I'm just trying to be here for the kids and, just trying to do what's right for the community.
See, Stephen A. already called LeBron out a bunch of times. And what he said right there was valid. He said, that's in the past, too. I don't got the greatest relationship with LeBron James. I ain't going to deny that he's great. But the fact that he proved that you can't say nothing about LeBron, that his skin is so thin that as soon as you say something about LeBron James, he running out on you on the court. When Maverick Carter got Stephen A. Smith number, when Rich Paul got Stephen A. Smith number, LeBron could have got in contact with Stephen A. Smith anytime he wanted to. But he going to run up on him at the court because for what? LeBron is for the show. LeBron is for the hype. He ain't want to sock Stephen A. Smith. This is what Stephen A. Smith said. He done got at him like this. He said he predicted this. Listen to this.
LeBron. I don't have the greatest relationship with LeBron James. I don't give a damn about not having the greatest relationship with LeBron James. But I know he's great. I know he's a great father, a great family man, a great basketball ambassador, a great role model. I want him to get an ownership stake in the new Las Vegas franchise if the NBA decides to do an expansion franchise. I want all of that. You think I enjoy having to say, yo, bro, you were scared to shoot in the fourth quarter in that final series against Dallas? I don't enjoy it. We talk basketball, which was what used to piss me off about LeBron. The second you give him major props for what he accomplished, he soak it all in. The second you criticize him, well, I'm just trying to be here for the kids and, just trying to do what's right for the community. And it pissed me off because that was a slick way of taking attention away from the basketball element and making it about something other than basketball, which was what we were talking about.
Y'all see what it is, man? LeBron can't take no criticism, y'all. Should Stephen A. Smith be overly critical on Bronny? Probably not. Probably shouldn't be riding Bronny down like that. Bronny had a heart attack out there on the court trying to please his dad. Is Stephen A. Smith telling the truth? Like, man, you putting too much pressure on your kid out there, man. You a better father than that, man. But why is it always putting pressure on? Why is it always the dad? Why ain't nobody talking to Savannah? Why nobody ain't calling Savannah out? Like maybe that's her dream. See her son and her husband out there on the court. That's her. She's his parent too, right? Why y'all ain't running down on Savannah? Because it's the man. And LeBron, you supposed to be the man. You ain't supposed to be emotional like that, LeBron. You got a Billy. What was you gonna do? Why was you threatening Stephen A. Smith? It's been all kind of people that have ran up on you in the league, your size. You ain't never got in no confrontation in 22 years. Remember when you got into it with Isaiah Stewart, LeBron? You took off running. You ain't want it with that big black nigga from Detroit. You know what I'm talking about, Rich? And then we going wild. Isaiah Stewart from Detroit, man. LeBron didn't want it with him. He tried to run through a barrier to get to LeBron. LeBron want to run up on Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith, 6'1", man. Hair wearing a toupee, man.
And when you're criticizing people and confronting them or tweeting at radio hosts who coach a Division I college basketball team because they've been critical of your NBA son, you are definitely not over yourself. I have said and will continue to say that if this is the worst thing LeBron James does, force the Lakers to draft his son and then, and then the forced narrative about there's lots of other teams that were interested in drafting Bronny. Like, no, there weren't. It doesn't mean that he wasn't going to be a good.
Was there other teams that was interested in drafting LeBron James Jr.? For what? There were so many other players better in college. We know that Bronny got on the team because LeBron was there. So LeBron should be ready for people to say what they say about Bronny. Bronny is in the G League, making more than some people that's in the league right now. And you rich, super rich, filthy rich. You could have told Bronny, hey, you coming in on the league minimum, Bronny. Yeah, he on swallow. You didn't have to put Bronny in like that, but you wanted to get Bronny chipped up. You wanted to put that pressure on Bronny. Bronny already got a bad heart, Bron. You want to put all this pressure on him for what? He should be on another team. He shouldn't be on the same team with you. He shouldn't. That's what's making him look bad. You making Bronny look bad, Bron. You making your family look bad. You just made everybody that trash talk Bronny right now, cross him up out there. They're going to be trash talking Bronny, Rich. They're going to be talking bad to Bronny, especially if they take him down and dunk on him. Nigga, your daddy can't help you now. Can you imagine what? Because you know, vicious basketball players is vicious with the talk when they got. Can you imagine what? Because Anthony Edwards, he said some vicious things to Bronny.
He says some vicious shit every time. He can't speak without saying vicious shit.
Can you imagine what Anthony Edwards is saying about Bronny and LeBron right now? Can you imagine what everybody else in the NBA? Oh, you hear what happened, Rich? Okay, so they had the Knicks game yesterday, and LeBron James ran down on Stephen A. Smith and told him to stop talking about my son. Watch, come check the clip out.
I don't know why do you want to be the face of a league when all the people that that cover our game and talk about our game on a day-to-day basis on everybody.
Let me just put to bed a couple of things that have been reported that are false. People was talking about LeBron called me out my name, or I saw somebody said he called me a bitch. Somebody said he called me a punk and all this. None of that is true. He was fiery. He approached me during the game and he said, stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son. I said, what? Nah, man, straight up, man to man. Real talk. Stop effing with my son. And I saw how furious he was. And I said, we can talk about it later. Nah, F that. Stop effing with my son. That's my son. I said, all right, dog. Fine. And he walked away. That's all he said.
He was raw. The Roy had him raging. He was roid raging. The probably roid raging yesterday. And he couldn't control his rage. The roids had him going crazy. That's exactly what it was. Without a shadow of a doubt. Because we all know Bron is playing into his 22nd or 23rd year. I mean, let's keep it $1. No human possible is doing what he's doing. You got an ankle, you got a knee, you got a back. What kind of vertebrae do you have? Is it a steel vertebrae? What's up with you, LeBron? We know, LeBron James and Savannah James have been named in a PED lawsuit. We can pull that up. That's a matter.
Ring. Nigga, they was trapping.
Yeah, they was involved in the PED ring. Let's not forget that. You know, and Stephen A. Smith and people like that have called out stuff like that. Stephen A. Smith has been critical of LeBron James over the years. And LeBron James, let's just face it, he don't like nobody to be critical of him, especially this
LeBron.
critical.
I don't have the greatest relationship with LeBron James. I don't give a damn about not having the greatest relationship with LeBron James. But I know he's great. I know he's a great father, a great family man, a great basketball ambassador, a great role model. I want him to get an ownership stake in the new Las Vegas franchise if the NBA decides to do an expansion franchise. I want all of that. You think I enjoy having to say, yo, bro, you were scared to shoot in the fourth quarter in that final series against Dallas? I don't enjoy it. We talk basketball, which was what used to piss me off about LeBron. The second you give him major props for what he accomplished, he soak it all in. The second you criticize him, well, you know, I'm just trying to be here for the kids and, you know, just trying to do what's right for the community. And it pissed me off because that was a slick way of taking attention away from the basketball element and making it about something other than basketball, which was what we were talking about. LeBron. I don't have the greatest relationship with LeBron James. I don't give a damn about not having the greatest relationship.
LeBron. Yeah, no. LeBron, he can't take the criticism. He paid people to go out here and push his own narrative. He's got media pundits. He's running out of time. They calling him Balco. Getting hair transplants. There's something that the league knows that they can't turn it over to somebody else just yet before they get rid of this dude. They got so much money invested into this guy. They pumped so much drugs into him. They got him to the number one franchise in the league. They got him one championship in the bubble, and he hasn't been able to get any other championships since then. Yeah, he's been putting up some great numbers, but the championships don't add up, especially in respect to how many years he's played and how many times he's lost in championships. It's just his going against his own legacy right now. And I think that's the thing with superstar athletes. They don't know when to quit. I mean, what is LeBron James doing if he doesn't win a title right now? If he does win a title, it's going to be Luka Doncic's title. LeBron James, what are you going to be, a sidekick? Let's just be honest here. This will be LeBron James' first title, if he wins a title this year, as a sidekick. We all know that when he was playing with Anthony Davis, they gave out the thing that it was Anthony Davis's team and this and that. But, you know, what do you mean? What am I talking about? You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that if LeBron James wins a title this year with the Lakers, it will be Luka Doncic's team. And he will win the title. I don't care how much money. I don't care how old he is. We all know he's 40. He's 40 when he's putting up numbers, and he's 40 when you say something against him. Of course, he's 40. Then tell him to retire. Because y'all sound just like LeBron. You can't criticize him, huh? You can't say nothing about LeBron. You say something about LeBron and his doctors, now you a hater. He's 40. You sound crazy. I forgot. I forgot if I come online and I say something about LeBron, you got the LeBronettes. Bro, how is a Luka team when Luka has to buy into the program? Bro, we seeing right now that it's Luka's team. How the team turned around ever since Luka started playing. Lakers wasn't doing this, or otherwise they would have never got rid of AD. It wasn't working. It was stagnated. Luka opened that thing up. Pause. Got the whole offense working. Got the whole offense just spread out. People get those passes that LeBron used to be making. Luka making those passes right now. LeBron, with his Balco athletics, is still able to be athletic, not as nimble because his quick twitch muscles is depleted, but still, based off the fact that he's supplemented up, super duper supplemented up, he still can run into people, run through people. There you have it. Another 23 years, he'll be and got 5 championships. If he gets one this year. If not, he'll probably play another 7 more years. Not as nimble and still dunking on. Bro, but what type of dunks? You know what type of dunks those are. Yeah, he's on the break. Like I said, he's juiced up. He's still able to gallop and get up in the air. He's 6'9". He's a freak athlete. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. Then what are you still doing here if I'm only talking in for views? We talking about this, bro. The fact that LeBron James is tender because the man been speaking the truth. And Stephen A. Smith already pointed this out a long time ago about LeBron. This is just revisionist history. And LeBron-ettes like you who be coming out here twerking it up for LeBron, always doing stuff like that. And we're seeing a clear example of it right now.
LeBron. I don't have the greatest relationship with LeBron James. I don't give a damn about not having the greatest relationship with LeBron James. But I know he's great. I know he's a great father, a great family man, a great basketball ambassador, a great role model. I want him to get an ownership stake in the new Las Vegas franchise if the NBA decides to do an expansion franchise. I want all of that. You think I enjoy having?
Because somebody is giving out accolades at the same time they're criticizing, that's glazing. Because they speaking some truth. But if they speak any form of negativity, it's hating. See, that's the problem with you. That's the problem with LeBron James. That's the problem with people in society right now. You can't be real with them. You can't walk up and say what's on your mind. You have to say what they asked you to say, what they wrote down on a piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? Your pronouns are showing. Yeah. Your pronouns are showing, bro. You're not even real with yourself. You're not even real with yourself. You know exactly what I'm saying is right. You know I'm telling you the gospel truth. You know dang well that LeBron James is going to a doctor, whether it's sticking him in his thigh or in his buttocks or something, is giving him some form of super duper supplement. You know he is. You know he's receiving it. And you know you subscribing to this fake statistical Barry Bonds of the NBA. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with yourself. It's called masturbating. That's what you're doing. Playing with yourself. You know damn well this stuff is fake. This is not real. They tried to supplement Anthony Davis. It didn't work. His body broke down. They had to get him out of there. They're hoping that with HGH and other profiles that they can do the same thing to Luka Doncic, get him right. Your mama's a weirdo. You feel me? Well, you so mad. You mad at money time. Hold up. Money time. Money time. You mad at me, bro, because of my opinion? Is that weird? Is that what I want you to ask yourself? What is weirder than that? You mad at me? You on my YouTube channel calling me all out my name for my opinion? Shouldn't I have the right to have my opinion on me? Shouldn't I have the right to have my opinion? You talking about I'm a weirdo and all that. But look how many times you didn't comment. I appreciate all the comments. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate the comments, bro. But you can't be mad at another person for their opinion. That's the same thing LeBron is doing. He running up on Stephen A. Smith at his place of work because LeBron was at work yesterday. Stephen A. Smith was participating in watching the game, patronizing, and LeBron James, the demonstrative slave, ran up on one of the patrons while he was sitting there with other important patrons. But you don't get that part because your feelings get hurt. You tender, just like LeBron is tender. You can't say nothing about dudes like y'all. You soft up under the skirt, moist. You know what I'm saying? Lay off the beer. I don't drink beer, brother. I don't drink at all. Sober as a judge. Stop holding the grudge. Go beat it. Go to the next YouTube channel. Do like this. Scroll up. Because I'm going to keep talking. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh,
And when you're criticizing people and confronting them or tweeting at radio hosts who coach a Division I college basketball team because they've been critical of your NBA son, you are definitely not over yourself. I have said and will continue to say that if this is the worst thing LeBron James does, force the Lakers to draft his son and then the forced narrative about there's lots of other teams that were interested in drafting Bronny. Like, no, there weren't. It doesn't mean.
No, there weren't. There was no other teams interested in drafting Bronny. LeBron James forced the Lakers into drafting Bronny, probably caused problems with AD and some other players. Like, man, we could have had some real players, man. I can't waste the windows of my life waiting on Bronny. Bron want to still run up through the middle and just tomahawk dunk. That it's a different style of NBA right now. But LeBron don't want to move out the way. LeBron don't want to move out the way. LeBron can't understand your time is up. You're past your time. That little one fake championship you delivered to the Lakers, that wasn't enough. That ain't it. Yep. Okay. Look, shut the fuck up, school. I'm gonna post that comment up there. Money time just admitted that I'm school. I'm school. I'm giving him his lesson, right? I'm giving him his lesson. He's one of these young dudes, LeBron who can't take criticism, who get mad at another person for their opinion. He's one of these underdeveloped young black men in the world who can't have a confrontation with anybody. He's the guy that gets socked in the chin and pulls out a gun. That's you. You can say what you want. I know who you are. See you all the time, bro. You a pussy. You weak. You get mad because other people have an opinion that don't agree with you. That's all y'all. That's your problem. That's your generation's problem. You can't face a confrontation and have a conversation and work it out. All you do is you resort to knee-jerk reactions, insults, and threats when none of that works. None of those things work. Okay? That's fine. But I bet you this, they agree with what I'm saying about you. They definitely agree with what I'm saying about you. Because you align with all of the principles that people like LeBron James. You can't take criticism. You can't take nobody talking about you. If somebody says something about you that hurts your feelings, you're ready to go do whatever you got to do. You're about to lose your cool. You lose your mind. You can't think about it. You can't go to work. You can't. No, you probably only have a woman. You can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't take criticism. You're weak. You're fragile. You're just like LeBron James, no matter how many times you win, no matter how many times people tell you you're the best, they love you. You're a cracked person. And anything they put in you leaks out of you because you're weak. You're fragile. You're not sturdy. You're not built on no rock. You're just like LeBron James. So you and your LeBron ads, you can get mad at me and leave. I understand that. No problem. Understand. See you later.
That was LeBron James coming up to me, unexpectedly, I might add, to confront me about making sure that I mind what I say about his son. Can't repeat the words because they ain't suited for FCC airwaves. That's what he was doing. I thought long and hard about this over the last few hours because I had no intentions, Molly, of talking about this at all.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because it was a one-on-one, I wouldn't say a conversation, but it was a one-on-one confrontation. But then I wake up and everybody from ESPN and my agent and everybody else were sending me that this thing had gone viral. And so ultimately it was unavoidable, and that is why I have to discuss it now. That wasn't a basketball player confronting me. That was a parent. That was a father. And I can't sit here and be angry or feel slighted by LeBron James in any way in that regard. By all accounts, he's obviously a wonderful family man.
If Bronny would have been scoring 15, 20 points a game, he wouldn't mind him saying nothing about him. He would want him to talk about him more. The fact that Bronny James is scoring 1 point or was averaging 0.0.0 in the NBA, and LeBron James has said that he was better than 50% of the NBA, LeBron can't take the criticism. And that's just a fact. All the years Skip Bayless was saying stuff about LeBron James. Did LeBron James ever run up on Skip Bayless? No. The fact that Stephen A is a black man made LeBron run up on him and try to minimize and run him down. But these white folks, they've been talking about LeBron James for years. And he ain't never said nothing. He ain't never ran up on not one of them. Stephen A. Smith giving honest criticism about what Bronny James is doing out on the court and also giving his honest opinion of what LeBron James is doing as a father to his son. You ran up on him on one of the biggest media events of this year, New York Knicks versus Los Angeles Lakers. Would Stephen A. No. Would LeBron James run up on Skip Bayless? Has he ran up on Skip Bayless? Have we ever seen LeBron run up on any white media? Have we? No. I don't think so. I ain't never heard of it. Y'all ain't never heard of it. Money Time ain't never heard of it. We know that to be true. LeBron haven't ran up on Skip yet. He hadn't ran up on Skip Bayless not one time. Never even spoke Skip Bayless's name. And Skip called him everything but a child of God. But he want to run up on Stephen A. Smith. Run down on him. Madison Square Gardens. Punk him out. Punk the brother out. Make the brother look bad. After the brother done got his $100 million contract, you already got $1 billion. You couldn't call him on the phone. But Rich Paul got his number. Maverick Carter got his number. You couldn't call him. JJ Redick got his number. Used to be his partner. Come on, LeBron. You did it for the show. You know you did. Everything you do is for the show. For the show. He wasn't doing that for... Now that you think about it, man, you wasn't even doing it for Bronny. You was doing it for yourself. You a narcissist, Bron. You are a narcissist. You get people traded off the team, then act like you didn't have nothing to do with it. You cool. You're a cold piece of work, G. Well, anyways, y'all, we're going to shut this live down. Been in here almost an hour. Didn't even plan on being in here this long. But we wanted to drop a few videos. Also, did some commentary on what we thought was going on with the LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith situation. Basically, to sum it up, to me, LeBron was right and he was wrong at the same time. Could have got himself in a lot of trouble. Stephen A. Smith, you handled it right. No need for a confrontation. Cooler heads got to prevail. Bronny James, you just got to get it together. You just got to get your game together. Step your game up. You can't be worrying about what your dad is doing, what your dad is saying. LeBron, you got to move out the way and let your son fail so he can win, for real. You know what I mean? Let him fall all the way down. Not fall all the way down, but let him go on his own way, and he'll appreciate it even more. I really do believe that. I'm a firm believer in that. Stand by his side, but don't hold his hand. You holding his hand. You go into the bathroom, you holding his beep. All right. We out, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Salute.